to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you just a few heatless hairstyles that you can do for back to school looks. If you're kind of running late in the morning and need to kind of do something cute but don't really have the time, this is something that you can do. Alrighty, so I'm going to move a little closer so you can kind of see. So I'm going to show you kind of like a romantic braid. She kind of just has a beachy natural texture going on right now. So it's kind of going to go swoop down like that. So in order to kind of get that romantic braid, you don't really want to secure your braid down to the head. So in order to get that nice flow, you want to take diagonal back sections when you're adding to your piece of hair. So I have this triangular section right here, kind of comes down from that high point of her head and angles down to the brow of her nose. The corner of her brow. So you kind of just start a little loosely back and you take your 3 sections. So when I take my 3 sections, I have 1, 2, and 3, and I'm only going to pick up hair from the back. So I'm starting my braid, and you always want to add to the middle. So pick up, I'm taking a diagonal back section, diagonal forward, I apologize, and I'm adding to the middle. I'm not adding to the front. So you kind of see how it's starting to fall. So then I put my middle section, take diagonal back, and then I'm adding to the middle. Not adding a piece to the front, just crossing that piece over. I have my back section right here. I'm adding to the middle, taking a diagonal back piece again, taking that piece, adding it to the middle again, crossing my front piece over and not adding to it. So at this point, you can see if you want to start to angle it down even more. I think I want to go a little about to her high cheekbone. So I have that back section, crossing it over the middle, taking my diagonal back. You want to make sure you grab that hair from the front too, so that the front row of the braid has room to accentuate. So then you cross over the center, and then you cross over the center. So kind of have that defined braid there in the front. And whenever you're doing this, you're just gonna finish off doing
your braid like so. And I'm just gonna go all the way down to the bottom before I move on to my next section, so that you can see what I'm gonna do and more after that. Okay, so that is side number 1, something like that. Okay, so this is the front view, not done yet, moving on to this side. I'm gonna do the same thing, so taking your
triangular section from the high point. Okay, so you take your diagonal section, kind of comb all that hair down in the back, and then you're again adding to your center, crossing over, not picking up a piece from here, crossing over center again, taking your diagonal back section, try to pick up some of that hair from the front, because that's going to go in and kind of pull that front piece of the hair back. So then you add to your center, cross over the front. Okay, so now to kind of make it a little bit more fluffy and fancy, you are just going to, I never put an elastic on the bottom of that. This allows it to kind of be able to messy it up a little bit better. So you're just gonna lightly tug on each of those end pieces. So I'm lightly tugging. You're gonna kind of be creative with this, like however fat you want your braid, you can pull it out a little bit more. It's kind of up to your creativity. So once you get to this point where the braid becomes like one whole braid, do it to both sides. So I'm pulling here. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. You have the braid kind of wrapping around each side, and then this is the, sorry, this is kind of hard, the forward front look. She's so fancy. And then back here, it kind of just comes to a tie in the back. You can really be creative with this. I would probably put a clear elastic if this is the look you were going for. You could even tease this zone up to kind of give yourself a little bit more volume. Okay, so now we're going to do a really fun Mohawk braid. This is a look that's really in right now. It's a lot of fun if you're kind of feeling a little more fancy and funky, but this is what it is. So I have my butterfly clip here. I'm just gonna kind of clip it on the hair that I don't need right now. So you can take your Mohawk section as big or as small as you want. I'm kind of just gonna go from like the arch of her eyebrows. I think that's a nice placement. Okay, so as you see, we have our Mohawk section. I like to taper it in the back into a V. If you can see that, it kind of just helps the braid fall backwards and doesn't do that weird little buckle thing that a braid likes to do sometimes. So I'm just gonna kind of clip this hair out of the way. If you're a beginner or even just kind of have trouble having clean sections with your braids, take another clip or a hair tie. You want to, pardon me. Okay, you want to secure this hair all the way back so that you don't accidentally pick it up or add it into your braid. You can secure this any way you want. I'm doing it with a hair tie. All right, now we have our Mohawk section. So, okay, so kind of comb everything back, and then we're gonna do it to where it's kind of, she has a lot of natural volume. This is a mannequin head, so it doesn't sit as nicely, but this is going to take another triangle section. So I like to take triangle sections. To me, it just makes sense how braids like to fall. So kind of like the triangle section I showed you in the back, this is another triangular section. So these Mohawk braids, they really don't have to be perfect. They're kind of like a fun look. When I don't really go for perfect, I go for like lived in, messy, but still chic looking, I guess you could say. So you're kind of gonna start off your braid, like you can see, like that. So then once you go to touch this piece, you're going to add to it. So you're adding to the outside of your braid. So then you're going to kind of readjust everything. One second. Like a readjust. Okay, and then you're going to cross over your center. You're gonna add to that outside piece now, and you kind of lock it into place. Then you cross over your center again, and you're adding to the now outside piece. Readjust everything. You have your 3 strands like this. You're grabbing from the outside and crossing over the center. You're gonna readjust. Now this middle piece right here is getting crossed over your outside piece, and it's now your new outside piece. So then you cross over the center, pick up from the outside, and kind of just repeat that flow going backwards.
All the way until the hair that you have left out is no longer present. So kind of just follow that braid all the way back and keep adding.
All right, so I'm gonna turn the mannequin head here in a second so that you can see what the braid looks like, but I have my elastic that I'm just going to lightly wrap around and secure. So as that's secured, this is her braid, and then you're going to just kind of spruce it up. I just made that word up. If it's a word already, I didn't know it, but probably not. So kind of just floof your braid nicely, and then now it's gonna look a little bit more floofy. Now I have my elastic. So this part is fun. So you're gonna brush all your hair up. You're gonna tease at the base just a little bit, because you really don't want the tease to be too visible. You wanna have like a smooth side and then a teased side. So after you do that, you kind of take the hair, twist it around your base. Then before you kind of fluff that up, you're gonna take a bobby pin and just secure it at the back of your hair. At this point, you don't have to have anything looking perfect. So right now, it kind of looks like this, a little messy, right? But not like cute messy. So then you just break apart your bun and just kind of place bobby pins where you feel needs to go. You want your base to kind of push it this way and then tuck it under to kind of secure that really, really well. Then take another bobby pin, just breaking it apart and kind of seeing where it needs to be secured. I like to kind of work in a swirl so it kind of gives that like twirled effect, if that made sense. And then right over here needs it. Okay, so I have my bun in place. I'm gonna take my elastic off, shake her hair out. So this one, she's gonna be the coolest girl in school. She has her really nice Mohawk bun braid. So you can see from all angles. She's super cute with her Mohawk bun. So you can have fun with this too. I mean, you can keep braiding it all the way back and then just put an elastic down here. But this is like probably one of my favorite hairstyles. I like to call it the messy curler, the lazy curl girl style, because I'm like curling all this hair and then I'm just exhausted. So I'm like, all right, the last half of my hair is just gonna go up in a little bun with a cute braid and look like it was on purpose. So this is the Mohawk bun look.